The gay civil rights movement all came to a head in the mid-1960s with the bigotry views from the public that started the Compton's cafeteria riots in 1966 to the Stonewall riots in 1969, and eventually moving all around the world. In Australia, the history of the Pride movement started with a march onto Parliament. That all evolved into the Mardi Gras, a celebration of life.
I'm looking back for my future, right into my past, to help me make a decision, better make it fast. I'm banking on life's space strong, I'm gonna change my tune. I'm holding on to a feeling, and that feeling is you. Is it fake or is it real? The changes that I feel, they remind me.
I'm meeting with friends Hannah and Everson at the Court Hotel, two great mid-20-somethings that have a positive outlook on their life. So you guys, you live close around here, or?
Yeah, I'm an hour south of the river, yeah.
An hour north of the river.
Hour
Yeah.
north, yeah?
Yeah. It's pretty local here.
And you hear a lot?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Come
This
every
is our
now and then.
go-to, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What amazes me, like people, they do come out, they come out, it doesn't change the person, they're still the same person as what
Yeah,
they were before,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Because I've met up with some friends in Brisbane, and this one girl, she had only just recently come out, but we always knew she was gay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't
But
change the
it didn't
person at
change
all.
her at all, you know what I mean?
That's the bizarre thing, like I don't understand why parents go so crazy about it, because we're still the same person. Like, and each to their own. Some people are real tomboy right from the start, like they always have been, and then me, for instance, like I'm very girly and I haven't changed my style or anything like that. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like I'm still the same person.
Yeah.
It's crazy for such a reaction like that, you know?
Right. And yourself?
Yeah.
Just like,
It doesn't change you as a person. You're still the same
I'm still
person.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
Loud.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, obviously, when someone does come out, their personality doesn't change, but is allowed to be free.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
100%,
That is
100%.
really
it's
true.
Like it
Yeah.
feels like a lock. Like once you
Yeah,
come out,
it's
it
like
feels
release.
releasing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Like you don't have.
Yeah, you don't have to hide anything.
Yeah.
You express more.
Yeah.
Your feelings.
100%.
Yeah, towards everyone and in public.
Yeah,
even.
definitely.
Whereas back then I'd hide it from my friends. I'd try and say stuff like, "Oh, she's hot," like, "Oh,
Yeah, try and
she's
put it
really
on.
pretty." Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So, with the, LGBT,
Yeah, okay. So it's actually pretty long now. It used to just be the LGBT,
yeah.
which was obviously lesbian, bisexual,
Lesbian, gay,
lesbian, gay,
bisexual,
bisexual,
and
transgender.
Yeah.
But it's actually, the list is just lengthening at the moment. So
Yeah.
they've actually got it down to LGBTQIAAP. So to go through all of that, it's lesbian, bisexual,
No, lesbian,
gay, bisexual, transgender, and then transsexual.
so what's the difference between, I'll go through it.
Queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, ally,
And
and
pansexual.
pansexual.
Intersex, what's that?
Intersex is when you are born with more than one
Oh, so you've got both-
genitalia.
you've got
Yes,
male
so
and female
you may have
genitalia.
both.
All right.
Yeah. So that's
you've got-
intersex.
You've got transgender and transsexual. So what's
Yes.
the difference there?
Transgender is if
Someone who wants to live as a woman, but
Yes.
still be a man,
Yeah, so they change over their sex. Transsexual,
is a full cut.
It's a
isn't it?
full, I think,
It's a full Monty, isn't
Yes.
it? It's
Yeah,
basically you're going
I
from,
think so, yes.
right.
Queer, I think just
But that covers everybody.
that kind of
covers
covers
everyone, yeah.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And then
covers
you've
you.
got questioning.
You're cheeky, son.
Then you've got questioning. So
But what,
That-
I mean, like, how...
you're just not sure.
Yeah, I
But
suppose.
that's similar to bisexual.
Bisexual, yeah.
But questioning your sexuality.
Right.
Yeah, maybe you're questioning whether you
Maybe they should
want
put
to
another T in.
transgender or something.
Maybe we should put another T in there for I'll try it once.
Yeah, just for you.
True,
Or just
true.
for you.
No. Yeah.
You have to try before you buy it.
No. Someone said, don't knock anything until you try it, right?
Exactly.
And I won't try it.
That's true. So just don't knock it then.
Yeah, I'm not going to knock it.
Ally is somebody that is not gay themselves but will back you all the way.
Who's that?
Like,
Ally, an
Ally?
ally.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
right.
yeah.
that's somebody that you
Like
might
me?
be really
Yeah,
like
yeah.
for you with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So we feel really comfortable around you because we know that you know that we are gay.
Yeah.
And that if anyone's saying anything to us in the workplace,
You would
like to
stand
bully
up for
us,
us,
we
yeah.
know that you will stick up for us.
shit, yeah.
So you are actually an ally in the gay
Right.
community.
Oh, right. So,
Yeah.
user-friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what my gay mates used to call me in Brisbane. This is you user-friendly. So, and I said, what the fuck does that mean? This is so you're easy, you're just yourself, you don't,
Yeah.
you know. So I
True.
said, yeah, okay, I'll take that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So you can put user-friendly in there as well.
Yeah, well, there we go. Add it in.
Oh, dear.
I'm sure the list will keep growing too, won't it? Never
So in the community, is there support for all? Do you know what I mean? So the gay guys support.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
100%. There is definitely.
And is
And
it,
you'll find in a lot of big companies as well, there's groups that support people like that need any assistance
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So if there's any bullying or harassment in the workplace, even if you just need counselling, all those kinds of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I know Qantas definitely have one.
Yeah, and Crown have one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crown is very diverse.
well, see, and that's the industry. See, so you've got aviation, airlines, and you've got hotel, which is hospitality.
Yeah.
You know, predominantly, it is a gay culture. Do you know
That's
what I mean?
true.
In that area, you know what I mean? In those areas of,
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah.
Not 100%, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. But
that's
it,
where
yeah.
they gravitate to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Gay guys and girls, you know,
Yeah.
obviously gravitate to that, you know, and, you know, I mean, there are guys in their late 40s, 50s who are transgendering now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, exactly.
Caitlyn
Caitlyn
Jenner.
Jenner.
well, yeah, well,
Exactly.
exactly. But they're still attracted to females. So they want to
Yeah.
be a woman, but they're still attracted
Yeah,
to women.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what does that make them then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Very confusing.
well,
But imagine them. Imagine how they must feel.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
It's just, you know, and they've grown up with that. as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Do you know what I mean? They've grown up wanting to be that all their life, or there's been something wrong. They've been trying to find.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're always searching for something.
Yeah,
but they don't know
exactly.
what
But
they're
they've
searching.
never been satisfied with it. Yeah, it's very sad.
It's,
But yeah, it's good that it's slowly coming across the board now.
it is. Yeah.
Like it's a lot more noticed and a lot more accepted and things like
Yeah.
that.
And you can have a laugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You should be able to take the piss, basically.
Yeah.
Not to hurt someone, but have a laugh.
Have a laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
like, you know, I mean, a lot of the gay guys I actually work directly with, you know, I have such a great working relationship with them.
Yeah.
You know, like they basically, they wouldn't want me any other way. You know,
Yeah,
they
for
said, you
sure.
treat me as an equal.
Yeah,
You don't treat
exactly.
me any different.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's how it should
you know,
be.
and
It makes you feel more comfortable that way when someone can, because they're acknowledging it as well. They're acknowledging it and then they're making it into, making a joke about it,
Yeah.
making it comfortable. Where if you don't acknowledge it and think, oh, I don't want to make them feel awkward, that makes you feel even more awkward because
It
you
does.
won't even acknowledge it.
that's it. You know.
So,
Oh, this has been fun. That's it.
Alright.
And informative as well, you know. So
Definitely.
it's been great. But next time, we'll have to get out on the town
Yeah,
and
for
we'll
sure.
have to party hard, all right?
for sure,
Yeah, all
for
right?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll cheers to that.
Cheers,
Thank
darling.
you. Mwah.
Cheers, mate. I'm not known. All right, mate. Oh, dear. Okay, I am comfy.
Today I'm at the Pride Fair at Hyde Park.
The rainbow community is multi-layered in diversity in its own way, and it's in no way monolithic. People finding that they are gay want to come out and be who they are. The support they need shouldn't just come from the ones they love, but from the broader community. The language used to describe the community is slowly evolving. I meet up with Pride organiser and old friend Paul McAllister. How did you get involved in the Pride Fair?
Really interesting. A friend who was the event organiser for Pride Fest last year approached me to come on board. So 18 months ago I joined the subcommittee for the events, and then I joined the board in February this year. And it's been a really fun adventure.
You going to continue?
At the moment, yeah. It's a pretty big job to take on. So on the committee, obviously we look at everything to do with our community. So it's not like a month that we're putting together at the moment. It's a year-round commitment that we work on this. Fair Day, look, it's this is our biggest community event that we do with the community, and yeah, it's for us, we put a lot of love and passion into it to make it into being something fun. And the weather yesterday really wasn't playing with us that well, but look at it today; it's really great.
It's turned out great.
So happy.
So, how long does it take then? 12 months to as the initial sort of organising?
Planning started for us in about January for this event. We actually were at Birdwood Park just down the road. I didn't like it when I joined the committee, and we need to change that up a little bit. And everyone agreed, so we looked at a couple of different venues. In the end, City of Vincent are very generous of us. We like to keep in the central area of this area as well, so Hyde Park was a great option, and it also brings it back into the history of Fair Day as well, because it was always here, so we brought it back to its home.
So is Hyde Park and the surrounding areas synonymous, with the gay community as, say, like the Village or West Hollywood in LA?
Look, yes, it is, especially Mount Lawley and North Perth. However, I think everything's expanded out. I don't think we actually have a centre as such, but I suppose historically, yeah, it was the gay community sort of area. And that's why we want to bring it back. This year's our 30th year of Pride. Since we marched on Parliament, I didn't, but our forefathers did, to actually decriminalise the laws for homosexuality. So it's a really good year for us to bring this back here and make it into reflecting back onto our history and looking forward to what we're going to do as well.
The demonstrations obviously started 30 years ago in the November period, is it, right?
Well, it was October. I think it was about 29th. They marched on Parliament, and that's when the whole change happened. And look, you've got to give it to those guys back in those days. That was a really brave thing to do, because a lot of people weren't out back then. It wasn't accepted like we are today. Look at it around now. Like, the acceptance in the community is just amazing. We couldn't have done this 30 years ago.
No, obviously, it's come a long way. Do you feel as though the broader community is supporting this as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think the turning point for me was marriage equality. Marriage equality changed the whole demographic of our community, and also acceptance into the wider community. And Fair Day for us isn't about a gay event, it's a community event. So we want to celebrate our diversity with everyone. It's not aimed just at gay people, it's everyone.
Well, I mean, it's like a game of football, isn't it? If I can sort of make that analytical sort of summary, is football's for everybody, isn't it? And Pride should be for everybody. It should become more of a humanity event now. You know what I mean? Of inclusiveness. And we just come together.
Exactly. It should be just like, it's just a celebration of everything. It's diversity at its best. And, I suppose the companies nowadays are embracing it too, which is great. So people feel more comfortable about revealing their choices and their diversity. And that's about equality. We should have an equality community where everything's accepted. No matter whether you're gay, straight, race, it should all be accepted. We work with everyone. Like, you and I work together as well in our normal jobs, and I think that was, when we're very lucky that we work in such an accepting environment, and it's so good to see other companies picking up on that.
It's true, yeah, and it is changing.
Because it doesn't matter if you're gay or you're straight. If you like that person, it doesn't change them. A gay person's not going to hit on you because you're straight.
Exactly.
And this straight person's not going to hit on you if you're
Well,
gay.
as I said before,
it's just we want to be mates.
because you're gay or straight, it doesn't change the person, does it? It's,
No.
it's the same person. So
And I suppose for me, like I came out, gosh, how long ago now? 21 years ago.
how
And
old are you?
I don't ask that, Gary, you bastard.
That's all
Am I
right.
allowed to say that?
Yeah, you've said it. So so I mean, like.
But I was a
obviously-
late bloomer.
Right.
Okay, so, and it was because I met my partner and he was the right person for me to come out with. And I introduced him with my family, and my mum and dad loved him. My family all accepted and loved him. And it was just the right time to do it. And there was no problems with their coming out, which was the biggest fear of most gay people is to coming out, especially when you're a bit older doing it. So, yeah, it was hard, but, you feel so much better.
And have you been, can we say this, politically active in the gay community?
No. No, really, this is my first, time getting onto the committee and being involved. And I've got a background of events and stuff, and I really just wanted to help them build the events to being what it is today. And when I look around at Fair Day and this, I feel very proud what we've been able to create today within it.
I mean, it's like any other fair to me. You know what I mean? It's just a celebration of life, isn't it?
And how many families have we got out there today? It's a really good thing, and that's about what we want for the future is for the kids to grow up knowing that this is just normal, that it's not something weird. It is just normal life. And I suppose my nieces are the perfect example of when the equality vote went through. They were going, but why can't you get married? This is wrong. And yet they had no idea because they've just grown up with
Knowing.
Steve and I that we're a couple.
Yeah.
And they just think that's normal life and couldn't understand why we couldn't get married. So I think that is really important for our generation to come. Look, we've still got battles to fight and stuff with some acceptances of different groups.
Yeah.
And that will happen. But I think we're in a really good position. We're riding the hill at the moment. We're not at the top, but we're definitely getting that acceptance, which is what we need.
Well, that's what we need. It's the inclusiveness of all Australians. But just with the Mardi Gras coming up, obviously it's a month celebration.
It is. So we call it Pride Fest here because we actually start off in Perth with launching the season, as we like to call it. So we sort of started off in November. Then you've got Sydney in late February and March, and then we go down to Melbourne. And it's a really great thing that all the community groups get together. And for us, Pride Fest runs from the 2nd of November to the 30th. We have lots of events along the way. We've got film festivals, we've got different plays and productions. There's more festival things like this as well, just to bring it back to the community again. We've got an awesome sporting day. If you haven't been over to our sporting guys, the sporting guys are awesome. We just love them. They're just so much fun. And they've got a big sports day on Saturday 23rd. The week before our parade. And then the parade is our highlight, the finale finale show.
Do you get involved in the Fringe or the Festival of Perth?
No, and I think as we go along, we will try and build relationships with them as well, because that's important too. It's at the moment for us as a committee, there's only 8 of us on there at the moment, and it's just trying to find the time within our normal, because we all have full-time jobs, to be able to balance it in and out. So. But yeah, look, we're always open to anything. If anyone wants to come and chat to us, send us an email at info@pridewa.com.au and we'll come back to you. The fair day, the parade will be amazing. We've already sold out.
All right, no worries. We'll be there, so we're going to be doing some filming, so definitely get involved in that. Yeah.
It's a great day. I mean, I suppose when I look back at it too, Gary, from the parade was the first thing I did before I came out. I would go and watch the parade and one day I've got to do this and come out, for one. And also I want to be involved in how that parade comes together. So pretty exciting for me this year too.
Good on you. Thanks a lot.
Excellent.
I'm part of the Perth Hornets, which is an AFL team that is inclusive of LGBTI people. And being part of that community is really important to me because I've always liked AFL, and now I've found a place that I can do that and be out and proud as well.
Yep. I've known Sam through work, and he kind of got me along to the AFL Nines, and it's just been good to really see the different types of people there. And I suppose it's been very welcoming because footy is normally quite a traditionally masculine sport, and I think it's quite hard to kind of break into a normal league. So this has been quite an easy league to be a part of.
So Pride to me means somewhere that I can go, be myself, not have to worry about judgment or how I look, how I talk, anything like that. And I get to spend an amazing day out with like-minded people.
And to me, Pride is the same thing, somewhere where I can be who I really am without the fear of being judged by anyone. I can, be completely myself, and yeah.
Yeah, so I think that even though we came out in different generations, our stories are kind of the same because we both had a really hard time coming out with our family. So nothing has actually changed from my generation to yours. For certain sectors of the community.
Yeah, definitely. So I think coming from a religious family and being able to find a community where you can express yourself and the acceptance that you find within the gay community, that is really important and has been really important in my life particularly. And having friends like Stevie and Nerelda who just they're really in place of your family sometimes when they can't be or they're not at the place yet to understand. So
I think that's what you're saying. What brings us together is it's like if maybe your blood family is not connecting or appreciative of you coming out, you find that family within this community, which is really, really special.
And that's why I always think that there's a certain amount of people that are like the fight has been fought, we've succeeded and we've overcome all the adversity and everything, but it's not the case. There's still plenty to fight for.
There's a lot to fight for, and I think just having more understanding and getting rid of that ignorance, and I think a lot of the transgender community are going through a real hardship at the moment. So when a lot of people talk about that, the fight's over and we're in a much, much better place. Yeah, we have progressed, but there's still a lot more to do.
As long as there remains events like this and services out there that you can reach out and we'll be there if you need them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that these sorts of events, especially in smaller cities and places like Perth, are really such a important thing because it's a making a statement. It's not only bringing people together so that we can all connect and be in a place of union, but it's also making a statement that yes, it is okay to be gay. We are all equal, and you have a family, and this is a safe space.
Totally safe space.
We love you, Johanna.
Pride to me means being out and myself every day of my life and living without any fear for being a gay man.
Yep, much the same. I think it's about that visibility for young people, just to see, good role models who are out and proud, not afraid to be who they are. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Cougar Morrison. I am a drag queen, and we're here today at Perth's Fair Day, a celebration for Pride WA. It's a fabulous atmosphere here. We have all walks of life, everyone of every spectrum of the rainbow, and we're having a fabulous time. The sunshine has come out for us. Being a drag queen in the community is a fabulous way to make people laugh, have fun, because let's face it, life's too short to be not laughing and being boring. So it's just a lovely way for us to be present and smiling for everyone as well. Yeah.
Pride means to me a way that lots of people can connect and just be together as a community. And events like what we're at now, it makes you feel not alone.
Changed a lot just in the last sort of 15 years from me being a teenager to now in my 30s. It has been much more welcoming. I think with the advent of the gay marriage vote, we're just seeing more acceptance and inclusivity across the community, and Pride events like this definitely help that.
Yeah, I think the LGBTI community has definitely had a long struggle that they've been fighting for many decades, and now we can see the benefits of that and feel a lot more inclusion in society. It's a really good thing to see.
Pride means to me just being able to be who I am every day, as well as being able to celebrate throughout the month of November who I am as a person and being accepted within the broader community. Playing rugby as a gay man means a lot to me because it's really about sort of true inclusion in sport. We're really well supported by Curtin University and Rugby WA to do what we do and to really be represented in the community and be visible as gay men that play rugby.
Pride has helped me to come out and become who I truly am, because once you know you're not alone and you have supportive people near you, it's all good.
Hi, my name's Gary. I'm from Surf Lifesaving and we're with Lifesavers with Pride. We represent all the LGBT members of Surf Lifesaving around the country. The proud element of Surf Lifesaving is really important to us. Lifesaving has had a history of discrimination, which is unfortunate. Surf Lifesaving is really important to embrace all corners of the community, so whether that's multicultural, Indigenous, women, young and old, and also LGBT. The LGBT component of Surf Lifesaving is really broad and it's really strong, and we like to see that in all the clubs around the country. And the more we see LGBT in clubs, the more we know that those clubs are representing everyone that's on the beach.
We think the mainstream community is more accepting. I think it's a matter of having that visibility and making sure that we are breaking down stereotypes, so we're not just, hairdressers and interior designers, but we are just people who are doctors, teachers, or, anyone. And I think that is helping to break down those, preconceived ideas of what the gay community was to something that what it is just you and me. It could be anyone next door or, someone beside you on the bus.
Being gay in the broader community, I feel well accepted, but I think there's a long way for us to go. There's always further steps that we can take as a community to support everyone to feel safe with who they are, whether they're gay, lesbian, bisexual or transgender. And we've got a lot to do to ensure that everyone's accepted in the community.
The LGBT community at large in the general community has really come a long way. Lifesavers with Pride have been going for over 10 years now, and in that time we've witnessed the growth of acceptance and welcoming and inclusion in the general community as well as in Surf Lifesaving, and we're happy to see that continue as well.
Tonight, I've been invited to attend the Pretty Witty and Gay Choir event at the Dolphin Theatre in Netherlands.
So how did you get involved with the choir?
With the choir? I got involved because an ex-partner used to sing with the choir, and I was always very envious of her singing, because as a young person I was told not to sing.
Yeah.
And so I always believed I couldn't sing.
Right.
And so one day I just thought it's something I just would really like to try. And so I did.
And how long have you been involved in the gay and lesbian community or the rainbow community? How long?
I was 19 when I came out, and back in Sydney. And to be honest, my first partner, when she said to me, "How long have you been gay?" my answer to her was about 30 seconds. That's how quickly it happened.
So you had no, inclination before?
I had inclination, but I just didn't think it was possible, because back in those days, it wasn't. It wasn't possible.
It was
back in the 70s. It was only something that you might read in a book, if you found a book that you weren't meant to be reading.
And your family were okay with it?
I didn't come out to my family for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
And you were gay from that minute?
Yeah, from literally that minute. The moment she kissed me was the moment I said that I was gay.
Right.
Yep.
And have you got family, as in with a partner now? And
no, I'm single now.
Yeah.
Yep, single now. Have been for quite some time.
Yeah. Single and gay.
Single and gay. That's right.
If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Could we?
So I guess it's a bit of a journey really. Once you come out, you go, great, I feel awesome within myself, but then you still need to find your tribe. So I had a load of wonderful, wonderful friends and family, but most of them were straight. And so I just thought, oh, I really do need to find my own little tribe. And so a friend suggested, you know, they said, Alana, you love to sing. You've always been involved with music. Why don't you go and try this choir I know about, Gelswa, Gay and Lesbian Singers of WA. And I was like, okay. And so from the first week, our mother hen Chris took me under her wing as soon as I'd arrived, and that was about 4 years ago. And I just had no idea how much it would be like a huge part of my life, really. And you know, we're all such an eclectic mix. We are so varied and different in age, what we're into, our jobs, like who we are outside of the choir. We're so diverse.
It's like a football club, you know,
Yeah.
or a tennis club, or you know, everybody's there for one reason, is play tennis or football.
Yep.
But you go out and you live your own lives, and you're that separate person.
Yeah.
So
in saying that, though, I mean, yep, we come together for our common goal of singing music and creating music, but it is deeper than that, really.
I don't want to talk about things we've gone through, though it's hurting me. Now it's history.
And I've really felt that the longer I've been in the choir. Like, it's a big family.
How many years?
I've only been in the choir 4 years, but I'll never quit.
No?
No, I'll be an old nana, still rocking up if I can get on stage.
I've been with the choir a year and a half, and I basically just wanted to join a choir to get some singing experience and just get involved in the community, really, and just enjoy singing.
Yeah, and do you sing like with a band, or you got, you know, like outside interests of the choir?
No, I mean I do play a bit of music myself, and looking at getting into singing, sort of just a bit of songwriting. So, but mainly it's just the choir that I sing with.
Heaven knows I was just a young boy, didn't know what I wanted to be. I was every little hungry schoolgirl's pride and joy, and I guess it was enough for me. To win the race, a prettier face, brand new clothes, and a big fat place on your rock and roll TV.
I used to be. I'm actually transgender, so.
Oh, are you?
I came out as a lesbian in the community, and since I came out as trans, I've kind of just backed off right from the community.
Okay,
So,
that's an interesting story.
Yeah.
So you grew up as?
I grew up as a woman.
Right.
And started to transition when I was 26. So I'm 32 now. And since coming out as transgender, I've really just backed off from the community and just I've needed a lot of space to myself just to kind of work out who I am.
Mate,
So-
you've blown me away. You really, no, you've blown me away. I didn't know. I thought you were just a gay guy. I didn't know that you, wow.
Yeah, I should have mentioned it. So.
No.
So I mean, I haven't sort of grown up having to worry about the AIDS epidemic, or, you know.
All right, so how did it feel as a kid, knowing that you might have been transgender, or you were transgender?
Yeah.
Did you know as a young age?
I always knew that there was definitely something
Yeah.
not right there. Like, I never fit in really with any of my peers or anyone, even my family. There was always just quite a distance with my family growing up. And yeah, it's taken me, 26 years to really work out who the hell I am.
Something is noise. I think it's pretty, and so what? If I love each feather and each spindle, why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can say.
James, how did you get involved in the choir?
We were driving back from down Albany, and Mum said, "I want to do something with you. So let's join a choir." And I said, "Oh, a choir? Yeah, sort of. Okay, sure, why not?" Then she said, "It's a gay choir." I said, "Oh, okay, I'm a bit more interested." So we rocked up on the first night, and everyone thought that, oh, very supportive, a straight mother here with a support her gay son. Little did they know that we're both gay. So yeah, and then basically from that point on, we just kind of fell in love with the choir, I guess. Mum's now the choir mum for everyone, which is lovely, and yeah.
Oh, my mama's blood and curdle if she hear her baby's queer for all that.
So coming out was obviously easier for you having a gay mum?
I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't. Like it's always a tricky conversation to have with parents. I was in year 12 when I came out to them because I'd fallen pretty hard for a boy in the year before, a year below me, and they cried because Mum cried because she knew that it wasn't going to be an easy life. But on one level, it was nice to know that it was very remote chance I'd be chucked out of the house for being an abomination. Yeah, so it was, but it was still tricky to actually work up the courage to actually say it. But then again, they say that they knew since I was 5 when I wouldn't stop drawing rainbows.
And how long have you been involved in the choir?
I got involved, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago. Someone that I used to date had got word that they were looking for an accompanist, and I thought, this is great. I am gay, and I'm a professional musician, but now that's just a side thing. So I thought this would be great if I could get involved in my community and just to have this outlet for musical expression as well. It was the perfect match.
Right.
Yeah.
And how long have you been involved?
6 years.
6 years. Yeah.
I think this is year 6.
Right.
I think.
And when you were involved in music, obviously you were in bands or?
Yeah, well, I'm a classical pianist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually studied overseas.
Right.
And did some teaching, did some accompanying. Now I do science, completely different.
So what, you're a school teacher?
No, I'm now like an astronomer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A full-time astronomer?
Yeah, full-time astronomer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
yeah.
this is my the other half of the brain.
Oh, right. And how long have you been out? How long have you?
Yeah, been out probably about 10 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it hard?
Well, I came from a Mormon family.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Luckily, my family are great. So even though it was hard to come out, there was never any backlash from that. Though I know other people in the same situation where there has been backlash, and it's been difficult for that reason.
Right.
No, for me, all of my internal struggles were unfounded.
Right.
Parents are great. It was a really, really nice coming out. Yeah.
And how did you discover that you were gay?
I've always known.
So even as a young fella?
Even as a young fella, before puberty,
Right.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those who win the game lose the love they sought to gain in debentures of quality and dubious integrity.
I just feel really lucky.
Right.
Like, I look around at other people, other friends and things, and people have some pretty scary stories.
Yeah.
And I'm just always come out of those conversations feeling like, well, how did I get so lucky? I've got great parents, got great friends.
Right.
And sure, I might have been shy growing up, but it was in the scheme of things, it was nothing.
And obviously being Mormon and gay, are you still involved with the Mormon church?
No.
So
not at
you
all.
expelled from it, or do you just leave?
Oh, I just left.
Yeah.
Others might have been expelled. Or I forgot the word. There's a word for that.
Excommunicated.
That's the one. Yeah. No, actually, I didn't leave because I was gay. I left because I just stopped believing in what they were teaching.
Take it slow. Those who love you the most may need more time to grow. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You have more friends than you know. Be who you are.
After the Pretty and Witty Gay event, I made up with old friend Darren Quinlan for a few drinks. We talk about his coming out and his experiences of being gay in a country town and 2 major cities. So how long have you been from Brisbane now?
5 years. Yeah.
Did you find it all right settling in?
Yeah, I did. It was different. It's I guess Western Australia is a bit more remote than over in Queensland. So it was a different vibe, different setting over here. So yeah, it was definitely took some time to adapt.
And the gay communities, do you find it different?
Yeah.
Over here to say Queensland?
I do. I find that the East Coast is sort of your more metropolitan, inclusive group where, the regional centres, and I guess Perth to me is still a regional centre, albeit a capital, is in that scope. So it's definitely a different feel, making the transition.
And you're a Gladdy boy originally, though?
Yeah, from Gladstone.
When did you move down to Brizzy?
I was 18. Yeah, so finished school and then moved to up to Brizzy.
The big Brisbane.
The big smoke. Yeah, absolutely.
So when did you sort of come out?
Probably I actually dated girls until I was about 20.
Right.
Yeah, so I was a bit of a late bloomer. So
But did you always have a feeling that?
Yeah, probably from probably about 15. Right. Yeah, but when you grow up in a I guess a regional community, back then or probably today as well, like it's not really the norm to be gay. So I pursued the girls and at 20 realised when I went to the Beat, which is a club in Brisbane, that things might have been a bit different.
So do you find there's more bigotry here?
Yeah, probably, actually. I just I think the regional centres and over here probably have a lot more to go in terms of transition. But again, the community is small here, so the exposure to the greater community is a lot less. Where Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, I guess the population of homosexual, gay people is a lot bigger. So they have more interaction with those people on a day-to-day basis.
When we talk about being openly gay, you don't advertise the fact that you're gay, though, do you? Or do you?
No, so I don't. I think for my generation and beyond, it's a lot easier. So, for me, social media was a very good platform in, I guess, my acceptance that I was gay, but also to my friends and family. So, my first boyfriend, we'd post photos on Facebook, and I wouldn't have to have so many difficult conversations with people, because when people see it on social media, they go, oh, well, that person is Darren's partner, obviously by the pictures. This is the path he's chosen, where generations before me, there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, so it was these really difficult one-on-one conversations. Hey Gary, I'm gay, or and that was really, really difficult. So I think as technology and social media platforms develop and evolve, that process of I guess outing yourself is a lot more seamless and a lot more accepted. There's not so many difficult conversations.
Like you and me are mates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go out and have a drink.
Absolutely, there's no problem. And most of these people that have the issue have actually sat down and had a beer with us here.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's not so bad. I think sometimes prehistoric preconception, from older generations, that this is not on and this is unacceptable, so you need to portray hate because that's just what
It's
you've
bigotry,
been told.
isn't it? It's
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
racism. If you,
It's exactly the
touching
same
on
as
subject.
racism. There's really
So
no
basically,
difference.
we were looking at the subject of civil rights. I mean, it's the same thing, you know. And if you get to talk to people who are racist or even bigots in any form, you know, I don't like the word tolerance. It's got to be acceptance.
Yeah.
Because to tolerate you means I don't like you, but I've got to put up with you. You know what I mean? But acceptance is a kind of word.
In my life, in the way I've been brought up, if I'm not doing something to hurt you, then what's the problem?
Yeah.
If I'm living as a normal citizen in Perth, per se, and I'm not causing it, you know, I'm not upsetting anybody.
You're not hurting anybody.
You know, I'm friendly, sociable, I'm contributing to the community, you know, I have a job, all of this sort of thing. If I choose to date a boy and it has no impact on you, why you know, attack or be negative, you know? If as a gay community we come after you for no reason, then I understand the hate. But, you know, if we just want to live and be happy and co-inhabit with you, which is what we want to do, then why is there any justification for anything like that?
On this journey, I've met some guys from Curtin University, the gay rugby league team.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're all strapping lads.
Yeah.
You know, they could probably take a knock as good as any.
Absolutely,
any other
yeah,
lad.
for sure.
You know what I mean? And, you know, there was the inclusiveness, and there was my connection with them, was the love of rugby league.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
the rest is not relevant.
No.
If you've got something common, you know, to enjoy together, what does it matter whether the person,
and
you know,
that's basically it, isn't it? And the love of beer.
Well, I think that's a common one with me as well, Gary. So we'll, I can definitely.
Cheers to that, eh?
Yeah. We've made this ideal of this is what you do. You know, you finish school, you get a wife, kids, you buy a house, you know, and that's the way you're meant to live life.
Stereotypical sort of.
Yeah, and operating outside that scope, there's a lot of risks for ridicule and kickback. So, yeah, I dated girls to 20. Did I think about guys? Absolutely, from probably 15, you know. But I sort of, I don't know, knocked that on the head, I guess.
So, how did you make that turn?
Sure, funny story.
Go on.
So, some of the girls that are lesbian that I referee soccer with, when I was 20, invited me to the Beat Club. So I went there the first time and I thought, oh wow, actually this feels quite natural and normal. And you know, we went there, we drank, we had a good time. Went home, and then the next weekend I said to the girls again, I said, oh, can we go to that club again? And they're like, sure, absolutely. So we went out again, and I kissed a guy, and I thought, you know, this feels so much more natural and normal than, when I was with girls. So, and literally that was the turning point where I went, you know, I'm living a life, which I guess still there's a lot of people that live that.
You can't live
this
a life
is the
not
norm,
true to
and
you, I suppose. You know what I mean?
Exactly, but I think there's still a lot of people out there that live a life that says, you know, as I said, wife, kids, house, this is where you got to go. And there's still so many people that go that way. But I've got some friends at work that are pilots, and they, they have had the wife, kids, and they're actually separated now, and, are dating guys, and they wish they had have done, you know, something a lot earlier, but it's just that norm that we've been driven into. Because I have to be honest with you, do I love the idea of having a wife and kids? Absolutely. But that's not for me, you know? So, it is...
Oh, well, that's, you know, I mean, like, I've listened to people who are gay, and they says, do I want to be gay? Like, as in...
No, I don't. Yeah.
But am I gay? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Do I like my life? Yes, I do. Do you know what I mean? And that's who you are. So,
exactly.
You know, no one wants to be anything that's not out the norm.
No, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. You know what I mean?